Hello everyone. In this video I am going to discuss about dry cell or zinc MnO2 battery, which is an example of a primary battery, and lead acid battery and nickel cadmium battery, which are example of a secondary batteries. So dry cell or zinc MnO2 battery is an example of a primary battery. As you know, any battery consists of three components: anode, cathode, and an electrolyte. So dry cell anodic material is a zinc metal cylinder or a container. Cathode is made from MnO2 plus carbon or a powdered graphite. Electrolyte is an aqueous paste of NH4Cl and ZnCl2. Cell is represented like this. Construction of a dry cell. It consists of a graphite rod with a metal cap at the center, which act as a cathode. The cathode is surrounded by thick moist paste of a graphite and MnO2. The outer layer consists of a paste of ZnCl2 plus NH4Cl. The entire assembly is placed inside a thin zinc cylinder container, which acts as an anode. The whole assembly is wrapped with polypropylene or cardboard material, which prevent leakage if any. See the interior view of a dry cell. Seal and insulator. This is a zinc case, aqueous ammonium chloride, and this is a powdered carbon and manganese dioxide. This is an insulator. This is a carbon rod, positive. Here metal cap, positive. Insulator washer, collar to keep rod in. Zinc cup, which is a negative terminal. Mixture of a manganese having +4 oxidation state, so manganese oxide, graphite, ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. This one is a carbon rod, and finally metal cover, which is a negative. If the dry cell is open, it will look like this. In first figure you can see zinc case, which is an anode, and graphite rod, which is a cathode. In second diagram, see the interior view of a dry cell. Anode, zinc inner case, cathode, graphite rod, paste of MnO2, NH4Cl and carbon. Working of a dry cell. Primary electrode reactions. Reaction at anode. First of all, zinc metal, it undergoes oxidation by losing 2 electrons. So zinc gives Zn2 plus 2 electrons. So there is a loss of 2 electrons, hence it is an oxidation of a zinc. Reaction at cathode. 2 MnO2 plus H2O plus 2 electrons, it gives Mn2O3 plus 2 OH minus. In this process there is a gain of 2 electrons, hence it is a reduction reaction. So the net reaction can be written as zinc plus 2 MnO2 plus H2O, it gives Zn2 plus Mn2O3 plus 2 OH minus. The resulting OH minus ions react with NH4Cl to produce NH3. which is not liberated as a gas but immediately combines with the Zn2 plus and the Cl minus ions to form a complex salt, zinc NH3 twice Cl2, which is a diamine dichloro zinc salt. So secondary reaction is written as 2NH4Cl plus 2OH minus, it gives 2NH3 plus 2H2O plus 2Cl minus. Then Zn2 plus reacts with 2NH3 and 2Cl minus, it gives diamine dichloro zinc complex salt. Advantages of a dry cell. Dry cell is very cheap to make. It gives voltage of about 1.5 volt, reliable performance and ready availability, convenient power source for portable electronic and electrical devices. Disadvantages of a dry cell. When current is drawn rapidly, products are built up on electrodes, thereby causing drop in voltage occurs. Since the electrolyte is acidic, zinc dissolves slowly even if it is not in use. Capacity of a battery is low. They are not suitable for high drain applications. Batteries are not chargeable. Optimum temperature range of operation is 20 to 40 degrees Celsius. Shelf life is not long. Uses of a dry cell. In small portable appliances where small amount of current is needed. In consumer electronic devices, quartz wall clock, Walkman, flashlights, transistor radios, calculator, photographic equipments, etc. Lead acid cell is an example of secondary batteries in which anode is a PB grid with a spongy lid, cathode is a PB grid with lead dioxide, electrolyte is a 28 to 30% H2SO4 having specific gravity 1.2 gram per cm cube. Cell is represented as Pb in contact with PbSO4, H2SO4, salt bridge, PbSO4, PbO2 in contact with Pb. OCV for this cell is 2 volt. Construction. Lead acid cell is a storage cell. It consists of a lead grid filled with a spongy lid which act as an anode. The lead grid packed with lead dioxide act as the cathode. The lead plates fits in between the lead oxide plates. Various plates are separated from adjacent one by inert porous partitions. Examples: wood strips, rubber, glass fiber, etc. The entire combination is then immersed in approximately 28 to 30% H2SO4 having specific gravity 1.2 gram per cm cube. Construction of lead acid cell. Lead acid cell is a storage cell. It consists of a lead grid filled with a spongy lid which acts as the anode. The lead grid packed with lead dioxide act as the cathode. The lead plates fits in between the lead oxide plates. Various plates are separated from adjacent one by inert porous partitions. For example, wood strips or rubber or glass fiber. The entire combination is then immersed in approximately 28 to 30% H2SO4 having specific gravity 1.2 gram per cm cube. This is a figure of a lead acid cell in which you can see one anode, one cathode and an electrolyte. Lead grid filled with spongy lead act as a anode. Lead grid filled with PbO2 act as a cathode and 28 to 30% H2SO4 act as an electrolyte. Discharging reactions of a lead acid cell. Reactions at anode. At anode, oxidation takes place. So, Pb metal undergoes oxidation as Pb2 plus 2 electron. So, there is a loss of 2 electrons. Hence, there is oxidation of Pb. Then this oxidized form of Pb means Pb2 plus reacts with SO4 2 minus from an electrolyte. It gives PbSO4. So the net reaction at anode is given as Pb plus SO4 2 minus. It gives PbSO4 plus 2 electrons. Reaction at cathode. PbO2 plus 4H plus. This 4H plus is from electrolyte plus 2 electron. It gives Pb2 plus 2 H2O. Then this oxidized Pb2 plus ion reacts with SO4 2 minus. It gives PbSO4. So the net reaction at cathode is given as PbO2 plus 4H plus SO4 2 minus plus 2 electrons. It gives PbSO4 plus 2 H2O. So there is a gain of 2 electrons. Hence, reduction reaction takes place at cathode. Overall discharging reaction of a lead acid cell can be written as Pb plus PbO2 plus 2 H2SO4. It gives 2 PbSO4 plus 2 H2O. So this is a discharging reaction of a lead acid cell. The cell reactions show that the electrolyte H2SO4 is consumed during the reaction. As the reaction proceeds, concentration of H2SO4 decreases. Once the concentration of H2SO4 has fallen to a certain permissible level, the battery needs to be recharged by reversing the discharge reaction. For this, an external potential higher than the cell potential is applied. The cell then operates like electrolyte cell and the PbSO4 deposited on electrodes is reverted to Pb and PbO2. Charging reaction of a lead acid cell. Reaction at anode. PbSO4 plus 2 electron. It gives Pb plus SO4 2 minus. So there is a gain of 2 electron. So it is a reduction reaction. Reaction at cathode. PbSO4 plus 2 H2O. It gives PbO2 plus SO4 2 minus plus 4H plus 2 electron. There is a loss of 2 electrons. So it is an oxidation reaction. So net charging reaction of lead acid cell is given as 2 PbSO4 plus 2 H2O. It gives Pb plus PbO2 plus 2 H2SO4. Aspects of operation of lead acid battery. Since the electrochemical reaction during discharge consumes sulfuric acid, the degree to which the battery has been discharged can be checked by measuring the density of a fluid in it by hydrometer. The density of a healthy fully charged battery should be greater than or equal to 1.2 gram per cm cube. Cars show starting trouble in a cold climate because battery has gone dead. However, the voltage of a battery is not much affected because of low temperature. It is the viscosity of the electrolytes in a battery that increases, decreasing power output. Consequently, an apparently dead battery is warm up to near room temperature, recovers the ability to deliver normal power. Advantages of lead acid batteries. It is made easily. It produces very high current. The self discharging rate is low. It works effectively even at low temperatures. The lead acid battery is simple and inexpensive to manufacture, tolerant of overcharging, wide range of size and specifications available. Disadvantages of lead acid batteries: very heavy and bulky, danger of overheating during charging, not suitable for fast charging. Typical cycle life 300 to 500 cycles. Must be stored in a charged state once the electrolyte has been introduced. Corrosive electrolyte. Lead is not environmentally friendly. Applications of lead acid batteries. Automotive, for starting, lighting and ignition of IC engine driven vehicles, cars, trucks, buses. Consumer applications, emergency lighting, security alarm system, heavy duty applications, trains, lift trucks, mining machines, etc. It is used in a gas engine ignition, telephone exchanges, power stations. It is used in UPS, laboratories, hospitals, etc. Cell performance. The performance and efficiency of lead acid batteries changes during ideal storage due to repeated charge discharge cycle, due to poor construction of the electrode materials, electrical shock circuits, due to the crumble down of the active materials at electrode plates. Any variation of the specific gravity of sulfuric acid alters the cell performance, and hence specific gravity of 1.2 has to be maintained. The accumulation of lead sulfate causes the electrode plates to collapse under stress. Nickel cadmium cell. The nickel cadmium battery, commonly abbreviated NiCd or NiCad, is a type of rechargeable battery using nickel oxide hydroxide and metallic cadmium as electrodes. It is a secondary alkaline storage battery. The abbreviation NiCd is derived from the chemical symbols of nickel and cadmium. In nickel cadmium battery, components are anode spongy cadmium oxide, cathode nickel oxyhydroxide nickel, electrolyte KOH 6 molar, separator thin non-woven fabric. The voltage of NiCd battery is 1.4 volts. The cell can be represented as cadmium oxide KOH 6 molar, salt bridge NiOOH NiOH twice Ni. Construction of nickel cadmium cell. It comprises a positive electrode plate which uses nickel oxyhydroxide as its main active material, which is a cathode. A negative plate which uses cadmium as its main active material, which is the anode. A separator made of a thin non-woven fabric. An alkaline electrolyte is a KOH. A metal case, a sealing plate provided with a self-sealing safety valve. A cell cup made up of steel coated with nickel acts as a cathode, and a cell cap in contact with the anode of the cell is at the center and is anodic. The two electrodes are separated by absorbent material, so with 6 molar KOH as electrolyte. The discharging and charging reactions of NiCd cell are reversible. These are the pictures of nickel cadmium cell. You can see in a second picture anode cap, insulator material, spongy cadmium oxide, NiOOH plus NiOH twice, absorbent plus KOH, steel cylinder plated with nickel. Nickel cadmium battery reactions during discharge. At anode, cadmium plus 2OH minus, it gives cadmium hydroxide plus 2 electrons. When the cell is supplying current to an external circuit, electron flows from this electrode and the reaction proceeds to form cadmium hydroxide. The cadmium is oxidized to cadmium hydroxide. Reaction at cathode. The positive electrode is a hydrated oxide of nickel. During discharge, it is reduced to divalent nickel hydroxide. Reaction is 2NiOOH plus 2H2O plus 2 electron. It gives 2NiOH twice plus 2OH minus. When the cell is supplying current to an external circuit, electrons flow into the cathode from the external circuit and the reaction proceeds to form nickel hydroxide. So the discharging reaction of nickel cadmium battery can be given as: at anode, cadmium plus 2 OH minus, it gives cadmium hydroxide plus 2 electrons. At cathode, 2 NiOOH plus 2 H2O plus 2 electron, it gives 2 NiOH twice plus 2 OH minus. So the overall reaction is cadmium plus 2 NiOOH plus 2 H2O, it gives cadmium hydroxide and nickel hydroxide. nickel cadmium battery. Reactions during charging. The reactions can be reversed because the reaction products cadmium hydroxide and nickel hydroxide remain adhered to the electrodes. When the cell is being charged, this reaction is reversed. Electrons are supplied to the cadmium electrode and the hydroxide is reduced back to metallic cadmium. Similarly, nickel hydroxide is converted back to nickel oxyhydroxide. Reaction at anode. Cadmium hydroxide plus 2 electron, it gives cadmium plus 2 OH minus. Reaction at cathode. 2 NiOH twice plus 2 OH minus, it gives nickel oxyhydroxide plus 2 H2O plus 2 electron. So the overall reaction is given as cadmium hydroxide plus nickel hydroxide, it gives cadmium plus nickel oxyhydroxide plus 2 H2O. Advantages of nickel cadmium cell. Very compact. It is a compact rechargeable cell available in 3 basic configurations: button, cylindrical and rectangular. Lightweight, very low internal resistance, good cycle life, can be recharged many times, good capacity, little maintenance is needed for this battery, long shelf life, it can be left unused for long periods of time at any state of a charge without any appreciable damage. Exhibit good performance ability at low temperature, maintain nearly constant voltage level throughout their discharge. There is no change in the electrolyte composition during the operation. Disadvantages of nickel cadmium cell. It possesses an environmental pollution hazards due to higher toxicity of metallic cadmium than lead. Cadmium is a heavy metal and its use increases the weight of batteries, particularly in larger versions. Cost of cadmium metal and hence the cost of construction of nickel cadmium battery is high. The KOH electrolyte used is a corrosive hazardous chemical. Certain uses pattern may cause false bottom or a memory effect in which the battery on consistent discharge to the same level eventually stop discharging on its own upon reaching this threshold. Applications of nickel cadmium cell. Sealed nickel cadmium cells may be used individually or assembled into battery packs containing 2 or more cells. Nickel cadmium batteries are used in photography, phones, computers, transmitters, hearing aids, emergency lights, etc. Vented nickel cadmium batteries also find applications in railways for marine duties, aircraft and traction batteries. With a relatively low internal resistance, a nickel cadmium battery can supply high surge current. This makes them a favorable choice for remote controlled electric model airplanes, boats and cars, as well as cordless power tools and camera flash units. Larger flooded cells are used for aircraft starting batteries, electric vehicles and standby power. Thank you.